Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning.
Just a minute.
Okay. Sir.
లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ టైం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం.
ఈ వేరియబుల్స్ అంటే టేబుల్ వేరియబుల్ అండ్ టెంప్ టేబుల్.
టేబుల్ వేరియబుల్, టెంప్ టేబుల్. ఓకే. సో ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసామన్నా?
చేసాను సార్ అండి.
ఎనీ డౌట్స్?
నో సార్.
క్లియర్
సార్.
ఓకే, గుడ్.
టెంప్ టేబుల్ అండ్ టేబుల్ వేరియబుల్, స్కేలర్ అయిపోయింది, సిటీ, ఈ మూడు దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ టెంపరీ రిజల్ట్ సెట్ అన్నా సార్.
అవును. వ్యూస్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయ్యాయి కదా?
అవును సార్, వ్యూస్.
ఓకే. Okay, today we will discuss about procedures, stored procedures in SQL Server. Okay, can you see my screen?
No sir.
No. Valid personal name. Can you see it now?
Okay sir. No, okay.
Okay. So SQL, we have something. We have a topic called stored procedures. Okay. So here stored procedures mean running a group of SQL statements. Okay, as a group.
Okay. Okay.
So they are just used to run a group of SQL statements. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say you have some multiple update statements we run on a particular table or multiple tables. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So all those SQL statements, all those update statements can be grouped together and can be kept in a stored procedure, so that you can use that stored procedure whenever you want, and that
Okay.
code will be whatever the code lines you have written. Okay. So that will be available for your future use.
Okay.
Okay. So for storing the SQL code, you need not create a stored procedure, right? So you can first time you can write the code and you can save the queries in some text file. Okay.
Yeah.
Or text file or any word file, and whenever you want to run those queries, you can copy them on SQL Server and you can run them, right?
Yeah.
But what is the use of stored procedures? So the use of stored procedure is, so whenever we ran the stored procedure for the first time, okay,
Okay.
so there is something called execution plan. So that will be prepared by SQL Server in the background, okay,
Okay.
which we don't have any interference while preparing the display execution plan. SQL Server in the background prepares an execution plan for every query and or for every set of queries. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever you execute a query or a statement, okay, be it a insert statement or update statement or delete statement or select statement. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
whenever you execute a query in SQL Server, the display execution plan will be prepared in the background.
Okay.
So based on that plan, so SQL query will continue its process and give us the result. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say we are writing an update statement. It has multiple tables. We are using joins. We are using group bys. Okay. We are using where conditions, and some tables has indexes on top of them. Okay. So
Okay.
let's say it's a kind of pretty not complex, pretty decent query. Okay. So that query requires an execution plan, like for first which table it has to scan based on which values it has to look up in which tables, and what kind of, so when it has to filter the data. Okay. So all those things it will plan. Okay. So when you run this group of queries in a SQL stored procedure, so the display execution plan will not be created every time. Okay. So whenever we create a procedure, so for the group of queries inside the procedure, that display execution plan will be stored inside the stored procedure, like, stored along with the stored procedure. So whenever you run the stored procedure, so it will not prepare the display execution plan again. So it will make use of the execution plan which is already available. So which saves us the time. Okay. So the use of running the group of queries in stored procedure is saving time. It will save your time. Okay. So that's why we use stored procedure. Otherwise, we can just run the update statement directly. Okay. We can run like this: update EMP, set something. So we can write multiple statements like this. Okay, and we can run them. But so whenever we kind of run the statements individually, so for every statement,
the display plan and execution
the execution plan will be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
For every time.
Only after every time. So let's say you have some 100 queries. Okay. So for all those queries, the execution plan will be prepared again and again. So let's say for one query, it doesn't make a difference. Let's say you have some 100 queries. So that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So for 100 queries, it has to prepare the execution plan first, and then it has to start executing the queries.
Yes.
So at that time it will make a big difference.
Yeah.
So that's why. So we whenever there are a group of statements that are to be executed, so we put them in a stored procedure, so that we can save some time. It is kind of time efficient. I cannot say. So in return, it can be cost efficient also. Okay. So it won't make use of much RAM or much storage things.
Okay.
Yeah. And stored procedure also, like how we have different type, like you have different types and views. In stored procedure also we have different views. A simple procedure, procedure with single parameter, procedure with multiple parameter,
Okay.
procedure with input and output parameters, like that. Okay.
Okay.
So we will discuss them one by one. Yeah. So let's try to create a simple let's start with a simple stored procedure first.
Okay.
So the syntax for creating a stored procedure is create proc. So you can write proc or procedure, anything would do.
Okay.
And you have to give the SP name here. You can give any name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving the name as EMP updates.
Mm.
Okay. So,
Sir,
yeah.
font size, could you please increase a bit?
Yeah. Okay.
No. Oh, okay.
So create proc and proc name and you have to give as. Okay. So when creating the stored procedure, you can follow, a best practice. So with the proc name, you can use a prefix called USP, so that whenever you see this name, you will get to know that it is an user stored procedure. Okay.
Okay.
So for views also, you can use something called VW or V according to your convenience. Okay.
Okay.
Or your company might have some standard nomenclature. You can use that. Okay.
Okay.
As I'm just writing a simple slide statement here.
Okay.
Let's start creating practice. Yeah. So this is the format for, syntax for a simple stored procedure. You have to write create proc name as between this begin and block. You have to write your queries. Okay.
Okay.
So let's create this, execute, command completed successfully. Let's refresh. Practice. In programmability, under programmability, you have something called stored procedures here. Okay. Expand that if you see. So a stored procedure is created for us. You can just try to query it. So if you want to see the query under this stored procedure, you can just go to script stored procedure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
For any object, okay, for any object in the database, if you want to see the code under that object, you can just use this script stored procedure create to. Okay. So it will give you the code under that object. Okay. If you see,
Okay.
yeah, the code has been created. The procedure has been created with this query. Okay.
Okay. This what's that in above? Just a minute, sir.
Yeah.
Open the script, sir. We have opened, no? Yes, no. Stored. Yeah, what is this? A set.
So these are all the
null
default properties which SQL Server will set. Okay. So that we can override manually if you do not want them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's try to execute this query. Stored procedure execute. So for execution of stored procedure, we have to use execute USP underscore employee updates. Okay. If you run this, so you will get the data. Okay.
Yeah.
Or if you, let's say, instead of select statement, you have some update statements in the stored procedure. Okay.
Yeah. To execute a stored procedure, we need to write a ex execute.
So you can just double select this and execute. So that will also work. Okay.
Okay.
But that is not recommended. You can use exec before the proc name. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just changing the names from
Yeah.
caps to small letters. Okay. So let's try executing this. Okay. So I've selected. I mean, I didn't create a procedure for this. I just selected.
Yeah. Individually or updated.
Yeah, updated. So if you click on here, this icon, okay. If you
Yeah.
see something called execution plan. Okay. So this is what will be prepared before running any query.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it will see what statement you are trying to execute. You are trying to execute an update statement, select statement, or insert statement, and which table it is going to update. For doing an update, how much data it has to scan, and how much time it will take. It will
Mhm.
calculate everything. Okay. So for doing this update, so the system has to scan all the data inside the table, right?
Mhm.
So first it has to, let's say our table has only 16 records. Let's say, so you're working in a real-time table. The table might have 1,000,000 records, okay, or
Mhm.
some 500,000 records, okay. If you are writing some simple statement like this, okay,
Mhm.
so it has to go. It has to scan all the records in the table, all the 1,000,000 records in the table,
Okay.
because it has to search for the ename with this myth.
Name. Mhm.
So it has to scan all the records in the table. So which will
Okay.
cost system for some RAM or some cache memory, right?
Mhm. Yes.
So that way, so when you're trying to scan a whole lot of records, so that will take time.
Yeah.
So that scan has to be performed anyway. So
Yeah.
for preparing the execution plan also, it might take time.
Mhm.
Since we have, if you're using the same table, like, in some 50 update statements and insert statements in your procedure, okay, or
Mhm.
if you're trying to run them in a batch, okay, for
Okay.
all them, it has to prepare execution plan first, okay. So for
Mhm.
execution plan also, it will take time. If it is a big table of if it is having multiple joins or multiple filter conditions, okay, if it is a complex query, so it will take
Mhm.
time for that also.
Okay.
So just to avoid the preparing of the execution plan again and again, okay. So we
Okay.
can run those batch of SQL queries using stored procedure. So
Okay.
which will have the stored procedure inbuilt, not inbuilt. So for only for the first time run, so it will create the execution plan. Okay. For the second time run onwards, so it will use the already prepared execution plan, and it will not prepare it again.
Okay.
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 So now let's alter the stored procedure here. Stored procedure alter proc. Okay. Command completed successfully. Let's see if the changes are available. Yes, changes are available. So if you don't want to write alter here, okay, if you right click on the stored procedure, if you see in the script stored procedure, you have to do something called creative. You can use in alter.
Alter to. Okay.
So you will get this alter thing. You can modify anything and just execute the query. Okay.
Okay.
And for executing, so you can execute from GUI also. Just right click on the stored procedure and click on execute stored
Okay.
procedures. Okay. So a window will pop up. If there are any no parameters included, it will, this space will be empty, and you can
Okay.
click on OK. So the value return will be 0 here. Okay. If the return value is 0, that means the stored procedure is successful.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have some errors, okay, it will tell you straight away. Okay.
Okay.
So now,
If we execute a GUI method, then GUI method, then it will show a pop-up like that.
your voice is breaking, Jimit.
Hello.
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Still,
Yeah.
just a moment. Sir. No, is it okay, sir?
Now it is better.
Hello.
Yeah, it is okay now. I think some internet problem. It is good now.
If we execute a SP by using GUI method,
Yes.
it shows like that, no? As we are seen.
Yeah, it
Okay.
will show, it will return you 0. Okay.
Okay.
So it will prepare a query for itself.
Okay.
Okay. So this declaration of a
Mhm.
variable is to give you the return value. Okay. So in the
Okay.
background, so whenever there you're executing a query, I mean, whenever you're executing a stored procedure, so there will be a return value.
Yeah.
Okay, a value will be returned. Okay, from stored procedure. Okay. So that
Okay.
to show you that value, it will kind of declare this value. Okay, and it is
Yeah.
selecting that return value to show you. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you see here, so since if I'm doing the select statement here, so it is not working. Invalid object name ESP employee dates.
Okay.
Why is that? So earlier, if I did the select star from ESP employee dates, it has given me the data, right? Now
Yes.
it is not working. So why? Because so earlier in the stored procedure, we had a select statement inside, so which gives an output,
Yeah.
right? So select statement gives you a result. It will return something, right? But
Yes, sir.
we have updated the stored procedure and we have written the update statements here. Update statements will not return anything. It will not show you any result, right? So that's why now if I'm putting the stored procedure in a select statement, it is not working.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to put the stored procedure in a select statement, that depends on the query inside the stored procedure. If it has something, if you have some output that can be returned, then you can use the ESP in select statement. Otherwise, you cannot use SP in a select statement. Okay.
Okay.
Now
If you
let's
want to
try
see the results, whatever we have done, then
about these
how we need
results.
to check?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just just have to go to EMP table.
Yeah, base table. Huh?
Yeah, you have to go to the base table and then check.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So now let's try to modify the SP again.
Okay.
So the simple way is just click on modify. Okay. Click on modify. Okay. This alter proc query will appear.
Okay. Instead of alter, we can use modify also. Huh?
Yes. But every time, you just don't just modify. Okay. You just script the
Sir?
query. You just script the query.
Okay.
So whenever you want to make results, then write the keyword alter or use in the script from the script editor, you go to alter whenever you have the changes ready. Okay. Otherwise, so when you just click on modify, a window like this will open and you do some R&D on that. You do some research like what to update, when to update. Okay. Before get before the queries are ready, you might execute the stored procedure. Okay,
Mm,
so that's why don't open stored procedures in this modify mode. Okay,
okay.
or straight away don't write alter here. So whenever your queries are ready that you want to modify, okay, whenever
Mm,
you are sure, then only write alter here and then execute. Okay.
okay.
So if you by mistake click on execute button or you using keyboard shortcuts, if you kind of execute the query, the stored procedure will be altered. The original stored procedure you cannot see again. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
For this, we are using. We can use like a staging method. No, sir?
Why do you need staging here?
It means if you want to modify something or we need to update or something, any changes, we can copy this the whole thing in some other folder or like as a another copy of this. There we can change, no?
Yeah, that you can do initially. No,
Okay.
initially mean so whenever you're trying to load a new data, whenever you have some new data, you're trying to work on that. Okay.
Okay.
So initially you can do that. Okay.
Okay.
Once the result set is finalized, so once the result set, whatever the data you want is finalized. Okay. You just
Mm,
write the statements according to that and keep it in a stored procedure and execute it in a job or in something. Okay. You will schedule that to run in a particular time. So every
mm,
day you want to be executing the stored procedure manually, right?
mm.
So let's say, so I'm getting the new employees data every day. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the employees list. So every day some employees will be leaving, some employees will be
Joining.
joining, right? So every
Yeah.
day I'm getting the complete list of employees every day. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say in everyday list, I'm getting this Smith name in small letters and this Alan name in caps, right?
Yeah.
But in my result set, I want Smith in caps and Alan in small letters, right?
Yeah.
Lowercase.
Okay.
But these update statements are standard
Mm.
in the from the perspective of source. Why? Because from the source, I'm every day getting the wrong case of letters, right? For Smith, if I want caps, it is getting I'm getting in small, lower. Okay.
Okay.
For Alan, if I want in lowercase, I'm getting in uppercase, right?
Okay.
So this is happening every day,
Okay.
right?
Then we will put this in.
I can put these update statements, these kind of update statements, which are done regularly, okay,
Okay.
which we are doing on a regular basis or on daily basis, okay.
Okay.
So I can keep those update statements in a stored procedure. I can run them.
Mm.
Let's say if you got the employees list for the first time,
Okay.
for
First
the
time
first
only
time
we
you've
need
got that.
to.
So
Mm.
then you can load that data into a stage table, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
you will do some R&D like which columns need to be updated, what is the column name, okay. If I'm getting only only one Smith like this, or are there any other people, okay, you will do some
Okay.
R&D and based on that you prepare those update statements, okay. So after preparing the update statements, you will again put them in a stored procedure and keep them for running daily,
Mm.
okay. So daily
This
also the
means
stored
in
procedure.
real time we actually those stored producers are already prepared, I think.
Yeah, stored procedure will already be there.
Okay.
So if you want to create any new one, so if you have any new requirement, you have to prepare some new queries and put them in stored procedure.
Okay.
Yeah. See, the process is from source to usually from source to whenever a data is coming, okay,
Okay.
it will be loaded to staging first, okay.
Okay.
On
Okay.
top of the staging table, we will be running all the update statements here. So any kind of thing, if you want to modify, if you want to delete anything data, okay,
Okay.
if you want to add a new column in the table, if you want to extract some data out of that table, so you do
Mm.
all those things on a staging table, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to do any updates or anything, if you will do all those things on a staging table, okay.
Okay.
Now in the staging table, the final data is ready.
Yeah.
After doing all the transformations, the final
Yeah.
data is ready in staging table. Now we will just push the data from staging to main table. That's it.
Main table.
That's it.
Okay.
The staging table will always be there.
Okay.
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 But preparing the queries might not be on daily basis. Okay. So if it is a regular one, we will just write the queries and put them in a stored procedure and keep it for running along with the data load. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's see. So I'm trying to alter the stored procedure here.
Okay.
So let's execute the query. So what I have written. So apart from the update statements, I have written a select statement also in the stored procedure. Okay. So let's execute that. Now let's see. Select star from.
We get only
So still I'm not able to get that. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try
Yeah,
this one.
because
Right. Loaded object name. Okay, maybe it is asking for schema name. EMP updates. Yeah, it's working. Why? I don't know why it is not working. The select statement. Invalid.
we have not written a select statement inside a query.
Sorry.
Inside a stored procedure, no, sir.
What? Can you come again, please?
You have written only update statements inside a procedure.
No, now we have the only select statement inside the procedure. If you see here, we
Okay,
have
okay.
written only select
Altered,
statement
no?
here. Yeah, I did an alter thing. Now why it is acting weird, but usually so it will work. Okay, we can try that.
Okay.
Fine. So whenever there is a select statement at the end of the procedure, that means it is going to return something. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can use that stored procedure inside a select statement. Okay.
Yeah.
Like this, but it will work. I don't know why it is not working here, but if you see the execute thing, it is giving me the results. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is kind of a simple stored procedure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is about a simple stored procedure. So let's see how to create a stored procedure with a single parameter. Okay.
Okay.
So parameter here is nothing but a variable.
Okay.
Parameter here is nothing but a variable. Okay.
Okay.
So usually if you want to use a variable
Yeah.
in a query, so what we will do, we will declare the
We will
variable.
declare
We'll
first.
declare the variable with the required data type. Okay. And we will set a
Yeah.
value for that. Okay.
We will execute along with the declaration.
Yes. Right. And if you
Yeah.
want to, if you want the variable to be changing in the during the runtime, okay. So we will make use of some loops or if conditions. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will give it the initial value and we will increment the value of the variable. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that thing we'll do here. The in the in the stored procedure concept. So the variables are nothing but the parameters. Okay.
Okay.
So we call them parameters here. Okay. The function of them is same. Okay.
Okay.
The function of the parameters is same as variables. Okay. So if you want to write declare at the rate num int set at the rate num equal to some 2000 select star from EMP where @num. So this is how we will make use of a variable, right? So if so the 3000, whatever the value we have given, it will be passed here. Okay, that will be used up here.
Yeah.
So now we will get the employees whose salary is greater than 3000. Okay, right?
Yes.
So if I want to change the value here to 2000, I can change it I can change the value of the variable, right? Now here I'll get the values of, details of employees whose salary is 2000. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's try to create another stored procedure with a variable. The parameter. So the syntax is same for that. Okay.
Okay.
Create proc USP with parameter. Okay. So this is the SP name I'm giving. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So after the SP name, so here you have to specify your parameter in the brackets. Okay. So here you have to declare. You don't have
Right,
to
at the
write the
rate
declare
name.
statement. You have to write the parameter name and its data type. Okay. So I'm writing the salary. So int. Okay. So I'm taking the variable name as input sal. Okay. So now
Okay.
the next process is same. We have to write as, and the beginning block we have to write. Between the beginning block, you have to write the queries. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just writing a simple select query. Select star from EMP where sal is greater than @input sal. Okay. So this is the USP I'm creating. So let's execute this query and check the stored procedures list. So we have got this created EMP underscore WP, right? So
Yeah.
let's try to execute this query via GUI. Okay. Now I'm clicking on execute stored procedure here. So here, if you see, it is asking for a parameter. As earlier, so when we were executing the simple stored procedure, this part was empty. Now we have something called parameter. Okay. So this is the input parameter which we have chosen and its data type. Okay. It is an input kind of parameter and it is not an output parameter. Okay. So input means which we will give the value to that input parameter. Okay. So output parameter means after executing the SP will give you a value for that output parameter. Okay.
Okay.
So here we are giving the value to the parameter.
Okay.
And here in the value column, you should pass your value. Okay. So
Where do we pass that parameter, sir?
Yeah, here and the value I'm giving 2000 here.
Okay.
So just click on OK. See, we have got the result set. Okay. So we have got the results of employees whose salary is greater than 2000. Okay.
Okay. I'm getting confused. Like, after executing this, we are getting a result like this one.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay.
So how we can execute queries? Execute.
ESP, EMP. Okay.
And after this, so this is how you execute a normal stored procedure, right?
Yeah.
So after the stored procedure, here you have to pass the value.
Okay.
Okay. If you do this, you will get the values here. Okay.
Without input parameter, we just
if you don't give the parameter here, so it will prompt for asking the parameter. That's it. See, procedure function is expecting parameter input salary. which is not supplied. So we have to give a parameter for that.
Yes, sir.
So let's try to execute it again. Okay. Now I am not passing any value. I'm just clicking OK. Nothing. So what I did was, okay, that is an option called pass null value.
Okay.
So null is not an actual value, but it is a value. Okay. We don't know the value of the null. Okay.
Okay.
But it is a value. Okay.
Yeah.
So we just passed the null value to that. Okay.
Okay.
So if I click on this, go check in this column, it says pass null value. If you want to pass the actual value, you can write something here. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is about stored procedure with a single parameter. Or we can try creating another stored procedure with a single parameter with an update statements. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's date. EMP set ename so I'm taking some random thing. Okay,
Okay.
let's alter this. So what it will do, so it will
It will
add
add
a prefix 2000.
Yeah.
Okay. So here I'm taking 2000 as a string. Okay.
Yeah.
So it will add just to every ename, to every employee name who is having salary more than 2000.
More than 2000.
So
It will add a name.
add this prefix. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's
Every
execute the stored procedure. It says it is not supplied. Okay. Now execute this query. String or binary data. Okay. So what is this error?
Starting or binary data would be truncated. Oh, starting name, ename, maybe size should be
Yes.
would be smaller.
So the column of the ename, EMP table,
ename
is varchar only 10. Okay.
Okay.
So if I give, so let's keep it to 2K. Okay. Alter this command and let's run this. So it says 7 rows affected. That means we have employees whose salary is less than, I mean, there are 7 employees whose salary is more than 2000. For all those employees, the ename would be changed. So let's check, select star from. So if you see for all the employees whose salary is greater than 2000, so we just have added a prefix. Okay. So that is based on employee number. If I want to change something, if you want to do the same for employees whose salary is, I mean, the salary is now we'll change the value to 3000. Okay. So let's execute it again. So are there any employees whose salary is greater than 1000? Yeah, we have one. Okay, it is also done, right? Since we have taken greater than salary greater than 2000, right?
No.
All the employees have come. Okay. So we will take 1000 here now again. So let's try this. So if you see the employees are having more than having 1000 or not done here.
We
so
can give
a
less than. No?
So we have to alter the query inside the stored procedure for that. So here we can only pass the variable, right? But how we want to use that value, that depends on the query inside the stored procedure. If you want to use less than here, okay, you have to change you have to alter the stored procedure.
Okay.
Right. We cannot just write less than or greater. We cannot write anything here. We can just pass a value to the parameter. with this
Okay.
execute keyword. Okay.
Hmm.
Now let's try executing with 1000. Okay.
Hmm.
The same error. So 1000 employees is having more letters maybe.
Yeah.
It is not working. Fine, that's okay. So this is how we can use a single parameter with the
Okay.
stored procedure. Okay.
Okay.
Now there is something called multiple parameters. That is the same case. Okay.
Hmm.
So instead of so here you have created one parameter, right? Here you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
use by putting comma. You can use another parameter. Okay.
Hmm.
I'll use some DPT. Int. Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
So these are all I'm trying to use multiple parameters here.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the query also I can make use of them, and
department number also
DPT number equals to
10.
@DEP.
Okay, I will need to pass parameter, no? Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, got it, sir.
So we have changed the plot name to with multiple parameters. Okay.
Yeah.
So the same thing I'm doing here, or I'll just write a select statement here. Okay, we'll just write a simple select statement, and let's create this stored procedure. Let's refresh and check. So one more parameter created with multiple parameters. Okay.
Okay.
So here I am giving 1000, and I will give some parameter name as 20. Okay. So do we
Yeah.
have 20? We are having. Okay. So let's execute this.
Procedure of function EMP has too many arguments specified.
Yeah. What does that
Okay.
mean? So we have supplied more arguments or more what parameters than
Parameters.
right?
Yeah.
So why is it saying that? So we have taken 2 parameters, right?
Hmm.
I have supplied 2 parameters. So I didn't supply any more or less, right?
Yeah.
So the stored procedure name is wrong here. So
Oh.
I'm using the older one. So that has only one argument, right? That has only one parameter.
Yes.
For that I am supplying 2 parameters and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the correct USP name now. USP employee WMP. Okay. So
Yeah.
which is having 2 parameters. These 2 parameters are salary and department number.
Yes.
So this is the first parameter I'm passing, and this is the second parameter. Okay. Let's execute this. Okay. So we have employees who are in department number 20 and their salary more than 1000. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
So if you pass the parameters like this, okay, 20 and 1000. So what does that mean? So 20 is the department number, right? And 1000 is the salary. So I'm just changing the positions of the parameters. So what will happen now?
Maybe it will throw an error.
So why will it throw an error?
Executed, but the results are not.
Yeah. So why is that?
Because department number doesn't exist 1000. No?
Yes. So for the first so what it will, we have to give the parameters in the order what you have
Which
created. Okay. In the same order, you have to give the first parameter should be salary. The second parameter should be department. You cannot change the position of the parameters. The positions cannot be changed. Okay.
Yeah.
So now if I'm changing while giving the parameters, if I have changed the positions, okay, first I'm giving department and second I'm giving salary.
Yeah.
So what happens if I do that? For salary it will take 20 and for department number it will take 1000.
Yes, sir.
So which will not give us any result. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if it has given the results, okay. Even let's say if we have the department number 1000, the results will not be accurate. That is not the result set which we wanted, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So we should not change the position of the
Parameters.
parameters. Okay.
Yeah.
And we can execute this using this one, GI. If you see here, now I have got two parameters. Earlier I have had only one parameter, right? So now if you see, it is showing two parameters here. Okay.
Oh,
Hello.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Any doubt here?
No, is it showing anything?
What?
Is it, you said here showing two parameters, no?
Yeah. You're not seeing my screen?
Yeah.
You don't see the so I'm trying to execute.
Yeah, yes, sir. Execution is not visible.
Okay. So here I'm right clicking on the stored procedure name and
Yeah, now it is
execute
visible.
stored procedure. Okay.
Okay.
If you see, are you able to see the window, the pop-up window?
No, pop-up window is not visible.
Is it weird?
I think it's opened on background, I think.
And now it is not opened in background. Okay, what is it? Can you see it now?
Now it's visible.
Yeah. Okay. Now if you see, so we have got two parameters for
Okay,
the
okay.
values. Okay. So earlier it had only
Before that
input salary, right?
also, I get confused. That's the reason. Okay, okay. Got it.
Where so earlier also you didn't see this?
No, no.
What is it? Okay. Yeah. So I said the
Okay.
null pass null value, right? So this is the one. If you check this mark, so the null value will be passed instead of an actual value. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the parameter name and this is the data type of the parameter, and it will specify whether it is an input parameter or output parameter. Okay. If it is an output parameter, it will show S. Okay. You don't have to pass a value for that.
Yeah.
The SP will assign a value for that variable or parameter. Okay. So here we have to pass the values for input salary. Let's say I'm passing 1000, and for departmental I'm passing 20 here. Okay.
Okay.
Let's execute this.
It's a GUI method.
Yeah.
Okay, so got it.
So we have got the results and the return value is 0. That means there is a SP successful. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
So this is how we can use multiple parameters. Okay.
Okay.
And let's try to create an output variable now. Okay. So I'm trying to create a value. I'm trying to create an SP. So same. So create proc. And this is the procedure name ESP with input parameter and output parameter. Okay.
Okay.
So here in this, if you are taking an output parameter, you should create an output variable for that. Okay.
Okay.
So like in simple stored procedure, there is no compulsion that you can create you have to create a parameter. But in when you're trying to create an stored procedure with an output value, okay, which you want to use in the further executions, you have to create a variable for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that particular variable, the value, the output value of the stored procedure will be stored.
Okay.
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 Clear?
Clear.
So let's try. So this is the stored procedure name which I've given, and this is some input value. So let's keep the input parameter, or you can. There is no need that you have to create compulsorily an input parameter. Okay.
Okay.
Without the input parameter, also you can execute. I mean,
Execute.
you can write the output type of stored procedure. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say, so this is my input parameter now. Okay.
Okay.
So let's change the query. Okay. So department number is my what input parameter. Okay.
Okay.
And the max salary is my output parameter. Okay.
Hmm. How do we, I mean, identify this is the output parameter
Yeah.
or input?
Yeah. So you have to give an keyword called output for the
Okay.
parameter which you want to use as an output. So you have to give
If you
the
want to
keyword
use
output.
output, then we must mention output keyword.
Yeah. If you want to use this variable as an output parameter, you have to mention the keyword output after the data type.
Okay.
Okay.
For input, it doesn't
For
be
input,
compulsory.
you don't have to give anything.
Okay.
You can just give the parameter name and data type.
Okay.
For output, for the variables which you want to use as an output, you have to use the keyword output.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. And the same thing as, and between the begin and block, you should write your query. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try to select. So here what I'm trying to do is, so for the given department number, okay,
Okay.
for the given department number, I want to show the maximum salary. I want to get the maximum of the salary in that particular department. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Select max of salary from EMP where department
Department
number
number is
equals to
what is it? Department number.
and the red department number.
Mhm.
Okay. So here if I say, so in this query, I have used the input parameter. Okay.
Yeah.
Nowhere I have assigned a value for the
Assign
output parameter.
output parameter. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have to
It will
assign the
give a max salary for it will consider a whole table, no? It
no.
will
So
calculate
we
a
are
maximum
filtering out by
salary.
department number, right?
Yeah.
So if I just run this query till here, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
it will
sir.
consider the salaries in the whole table. Okay. Out
Yeah.
of all the salaries in the table, it will give you the max, right?
Okay.
But we are filtering the data by department number here. Let's say
Yeah.
I'm considering 20 department number. It
Yeah.
will give it will give me the maximum salary in the department number
Only
20.
20. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is the department number 20, right? So out
Mm.
of this 20, in this
Then
department
it will
20
give a
number,
maximum salary.
yeah, it will give me the maximum salary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay. So since we have used the input parameter, we have to assign a value to the output parameter also. How we can assign? Okay. So select like how we used to set the values the same way. Select max sal equals to max of salary. So this will set the value for this parameter. Okay.
Okay. It will display a maximum salary.
Yes. So now execute this one. Okay.
Mm.
Execute.
USB.
So now what I should pass? The department
So we
number,
need to
right?
give only department number.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it created? Yeah, it is created. So let's execute this. So what it is giving?
Procedure or function USB expects parameter at the rate max, which was
What it
not
is expecting a
supplied.
parameter, right?
Oh yeah. It expecting maximum salary also.
Yes.
It's,
So should we do that?
no.
Right.
Here.
Let's try giving that. So let's say I'm giving the salary as max 1000. Okay.
Okay.
So what it is
It
giving?
will display 1000 only, no?
Why it will display 1000?
Here we are mentioned 1000.
If you see, if I'm executing this, okay, I'm not
Hmm.
getting any result.
Yeah.
That
Command
means we
successfully.
have to pass the variable. Okay. Right. We have to pass the variable.
Yeah.
So why? Because we have taken two parameters, right?
Okay.
You have to pass two variables.
Hmm.
So how many variable parameters you have taken while creating? Those many parameters you should pass.
Okay.
That's why I'm passing two variables, but it is not giving me result. Okay, but there is another way, like to pass to execute the output kind of stored procedure. Okay, so here in the, if you want to use the output of this variable, output of this query, you have to outside the stored procedure while executing. Okay, while executing the stored procedure, you have to declare another variable. Okay, declare @ cell. Okay, so this is how you have to execute, and as a parameter you have to pass this variable again while executing the stored procedure. Instead of giving the value as a parameter, you should pass the variable here. Okay,
Okay.
and then you should write select @out cell. It is giving me null. Okay, why am I getting null here? Okay, sorry, I missed the keyboard. Okay, I've got the maximum of salary. So if you want to use the output of this variable, okay, if you want to use the output of this stored procedure, okay,
Yeah.
you have to declare another variable outside while executing the stored procedure. You have to declare another variable and pass that variable as an second parameter. Okay,
Okay.
and you can select that parameter again. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Now what I can do, select star from emp where salary equal to out cell. Okay,
Yeah.
so what it will give me,
It will be the whole.
the list of employees whose salary is more than 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay, clear?
Yes. So
So
one
you
more,
can,
sir.
yeah.
Instead of we are taking two parameters now, input and output.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
Input is not mandatory, no? If we
Yes.
won't give input parameter. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll try that too. Okay. So I'll just take the output parameter. Okay.
Okay.
I'll delete the input parameter. We don't need the where condition here. Okay, let's create this. Okay, I'm taking only output parameter. Okay. See, in the whole table, the maximum salary is 5,000.
Yeah. Okay.
So since we are selecting what do you want? We are filtering out the
Maximum
data by maximum salary.
yeah. Okay.
So it has given us the details of employee whose salary is maximum in the table. Okay, we don't need to use the input parameter, that is not compulsory. Okay.
Okay.
But in real time, so
if
that
we
is
need
the scenario. That is so in real time there is no case that we do not use input and parameter output. Okay, so in most cases we'll be using input. Okay.
Okay.
Based on
If
those
we
input
want
values. Yeah, tell me.
in department wise maximum salary, then we need to we must use input, no?
Yes.
Sir, for compulsory, no, it's for to display an output, we need to declare another variable.
Yes. So to use that variable, you have to write the statement again outside while executing the stored procedure. You have to use another variable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normally, while taking an input parameter, we had mentioned only just while executing, we write a query like execute.
So why? Because so the value for that particular parameter is passed by us, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So in the stored procedure, so here if we are taking any what is it? Okay, so if you are creating any input variable, okay, So we are passing the value for that, right? We are
Hmm.
giving the value for it.
Yeah.
While executing, we are giving the value as an user.
Okay.
Okay. But for the output parameter, the system is giving us the value,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
It is not just a select statement, okay, which will return you some data set. It is not a
Got
select
it. Got it.
statement.
So
It is a variable. It is a value
variable.
which is giving out, okay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So to use that
To
value,
print or to see the value, we need to take another
we have
variable
to take, yeah, to
to
print or
display.
use that variable, we have to use another variable again. Okay.
I thought it will directly give a value
No, it
output.
will not give you the value. So let's execute without giving this, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm not using this another variable, okay? So this is the table, this is the stored procedure with only output variable. Okay, let's execute this. What it is asking?
It expects a parameter.
It is
Output
expecting
parameter.
a parameter. Why? Because we have created a parameter here, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So while creating, we have given that the stored procedure has a parameter. Whether it is input or output, it has a parameter. So while executing the stored procedure, it is expecting a parameter.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you're giving some value. So it just says command completed successfully. It won't execute. Okay.
Okay. It won't give a result.
Yeah, it won't give you a result. So it would be like, it is just this result. But for the max salary, we have assigned max of salary again. What does it mean? 1000 equals to some max of salary. Does it make a sense?
No.
So for every row, it will give 1000 equal to in the first row what we having.
Okay.
So let's start from EMP. Okay, so this is all right. So what is the condition we are giving? 1000 equals to 800. No, right?
No.
So it won't. No, I'm giving you just an example, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way. I'm just giving you an example why it is not giving the result.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't. So like this, it won't validate the condition. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just showing you why it is not giving us the result. Okay.
Yeah.
So this way, if you give a value for the output variable, so that is not an output variable, right? So if I'm passing the value while execution, so it is like an input variable. It is not an output variable.
Oh, okay.
Right? So only for input variables, we'll be passing the value. For output variables, the SP has to pass us the value, right? So that's why we cannot give a value here. We should give a variable which can store the output of that stored procedure.
For that only we are given out shell, no?
Yes. That's why I've created another variable here. So see, this SP will give us a value, right? This SP will give us a value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. To store that value, we need another variable.
Okay.
So to store that value, we need another variable.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why we are creating another variable and using this in the parameter section. Okay. Now the value from this stored procedure will be stored in this one.
Yeah.
Now
to display that.
Now we can make use of the value of this variable anywhere we want. Okay. Clear?
Okay. Clear.
Yeah. So this is about stored with different types of stored procedures. Okay.
Yes.
Tomorrow we will talk about functions. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Bye.
Functions. Which one, sir?
Did you finish functions?
Functions. I think string functions are completed.
Not the system functions. So these are user functions. We will discuss. Okay. How we can create a function. See, if you are the string functions, so you're using the substring function, right?
Those are all inbuilt.
Yeah, those are all inbuilt. but those are also functions. Okay.
Okay.
But behind every function, there is some code.
Yeah.
So that is defined by the system, that is inbuilt. That function comes as inbuilt. Okay. But there
Yeah.
is a code behind that function too. Okay.
Okay.
Which we do not bother.
Okay.
We just make use of the function. But if you want create any functions with your own logic,
Okay. User defined functions.
those are called user defined functions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So we will discuss about them tomorrow.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay, sir.
Fine. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.